कैसा हो अगर हर कॉन्वर्सेशन एक बहुत ही बेहतरीन, इंटरेस्टिंग, डीप कॉन्वर्सेशन हो सके अपने लाइफ पार्टनर के साथ? इंटरेस्टेड? देन दिस वीडियो इज फॉर यू.
Let's explore how can we increase the level of happiness in the marriage.
So first we'll have to understand why a conversation may lead into a fight and what to do and what not to do about it.
Why every conversation ends up in a fight is because one or both the partners are feeling either attacked or blamed or controlled or maybe dismissed or unsafe. The real problem is often the emotional state from which the communication begins. The shift happens when you expand the awareness on yourself and ask, am I trying to connect or am I trying to prove?
एक बार अगर हम कुछ भी बोलने से पहले अपने आप से ये चेक कर लें कि ये कॉन्वर्सेशन मैं क्यों करने जा रहा हूं.
Our brain is designed for survival. It's scanning for threats 3 times in a second, and often it finds it. And as soon as it finds it, the threat response, the behavior shows up as fight or flight or freeze.
अब ये फाइट फ्लाइट फ्रीज दिखता कैसे है रियल लाइफ में, आइए देखते हैं.
Fight often sounds like an attacking behavior, using words like you always, you never.
तुम हमेशा ये कहते हो, ऐसे थोड़ी होता है. सो वी नो, राइट, व्हेन अ फाइट इज बेसिकली you feeling attacked by the other person.
Flight sounds like avoiding, distracting in work or social media or maybe shopping.
तो पॉइंट से हट जाना, मुद्दे की बात ना कर पाना, उस चीज में थ्रेट महसूस करना जिसके लिए शायद आप रेडी ही नहीं है मेंटली, इमोशनली, तो आप उसको अवॉइड करते हैं.
We as human beings, we are powerful enough to face our challenges in a very empowered way and win over it.
पर फ्री स्टेट में क्या होता है जब हम बहुत बार फाइट कर चुके, बहुत बार अवॉइड कर चुके, फ्लाइट कर चुके, अल्टीमेटली कोई सोल्यूशन नहीं निकल रहा, फाइनली अ ह्यूमन बीइंग गोज इनटू अ फ्री स्टेट व्हिच इज दे विल एक्सपीरियंस नंबनेस, टोटल डिसइंटरेस्ट, उनको किसी भी बात में रुचि नहीं है अब, and they are just disconnected from the world, and this is how we describe the free state. Now either you are in a fight, flight or free state, ultimately both partners are experiencing some or the other, and that gives rise to the negative cycle. Now what is a negative cycle?
Let's understand the negative cycle here. Pain comes out as criticism. Criticism is heard as attack by the other person. Attack creates defense or withdrawal by the other person, and then that withdrawal creates more pain. You entered this marriage with an expectation of a lot of love, a lot of connectedness, but here the pain is increasing day by day because both are caught up in this loop of a negative cycle.
So one is fighting, the other is fighting or freezing or withdrawing, which is flight. So both are trapped here. So what to do?
Change starts where one person takes the responsibility and takes conscious action. Because in fight, flight, freeze, the conscious brain is often not working. Person is working from the responding, reacting from the subconscious mind. So change will start when one person starts to act consciously, having that hope, commitment in the marriage.
So what is conscious behavior? As soon as I become aware that I'm getting triggered, I'm going into fight, flight, freeze mode, I'm going to attack or withdraw or become numb, then I choose my response very carefully. I don't want to respond from my old pattern, and that is a commitment I bring. And then create a new response. Maybe just smile, maybe just listen more and more, maybe try to understand the feelings or emotions of yourself as well as the other person in front of you.
Wherever focus goes, energy flows in the same direction. If the focus is on the other partner who is already triggered, then the energy is gone to that partner. But if the focus is on the value, then the value is enhanced.
So, for example, you become aware that मैं क्यों लड़ रहा हूँ, मुझे क्यों गुस्सा आ रहा है, क्योंकि मेरी रिस्पेक्ट जो है वो वैल्यू कहीं ना कहीं अंडर थ्रेट आई. कैसे आई? सामने वाले ने वॉल्यूम रेज कर दिया, अपनी आवाज तेज कर दी, और मेरा सबकॉन्शियस ब्रेन इसको ऐसे इंटरप्रेट कर रहा है, एक मीनिंग बना रहा है कि मेरी डिसरिस्पेक्ट हुई. अब अगर मैं इस साइकिल के प्रति अवेयर हो जाता हूं तो मैं ये देख पाता हूं कि मेरी रिस्पेक्ट किसी और के आवाज तेज करने से कम नहीं होती. मेरी सेल्फ रिस्पेक्ट जो है वो मेरे खुद के अंदर है. सो व्हेन यू बिकम अवेयर ऑफ दिस, what the cycle as well as the value, the focus goes on the value, and then you realize हाँ ठीक है ना, the other person is triggered, it is all right for them to raise the voice, they are feeling whatever they are feeling for whatever reason that has happened, but my respect has nothing to do with it. And then the chain starts.
It's very important to shift from a complaint to the awareness of a value. A complaint sucks the bioenergy out of an individual, whereas a value enhances the prana, the bioenergy of an individual.
Very well said. So, when you focus on the value, now what values are so important to you? You must be aware. What values keep getting threatened because of your interpretation, meaning making machine brain? That also you must become aware. And that is where then everything will start to shift for you.
If you want to increase the possibility of change, of transformation in the other person, then please make a request and not demand.
So we can always say, can we agree on this? Can I request you to please consider this? And it is absolutely fine if the other person is not in the mood or is still in the triggered state, because we all go into triggered state. It is a natural reaction built into us deeply for the last 2 million years of human evolution. So I won't say fighting is bad or flight is bad or freeze is bad. No, it's a natural reaction, phenomena of survival which everyone has, every living being has on this planet.
But two individuals can increase this experience of life by standing for each other, by their commitment.
And that is very important as a purpose of marriage. If you can bring in as a context of marriage, why are you married? Is to support each other, to go deeper, to understand each other better, to deep dive into each other's triggers, values, needs, unmet desires. That is the pathway.
And the home is the playground. Can we expand our awareness and listen for a value underneath the behavior? From the outside, what looks like as control is an unmet value of autonomy.
So, if your wife is asking that, where are you going? And you say, I'm going with my friends. And she says, can I also come along? Now, you may feel threatened in terms of your freedom or autonomy is being questioned, and you will get irritated or angry. And your wife is simply protecting her value of connectedness, of belongingness, of feeling special. And when you say no, those values of hers are under threat. So, if we can look for the value underneath each other's reactions, behaviors, actions, then the interpretation or meaning goes away.
From the outside, What looks like as anger is often an unmet value of connection. Similarly, silence from outside is an unmet value of respect. Being defensive is an unmet value of acceptance or security. Self expression is very, very important in a marriage. However, we have to learn a style of communication where our words are empowering the other person rather than disempowering the other person.
This is very important because when you're empowering, then you're raising the energies, not only of yourself, but the other person also. Whereas if you're disempowering, you are coming from a lower energy, lower emotion, and will drag down or bring down the other person's energy and emotion also. So, how to be empowering? Very simply, if you're reacting, why didn't you call? Instead of saying that, if you can manage your emotions, understand the need, what is the value that is getting compromised here, you might be able to easily reframe this to say, I was feeling very anxious. You should let me know where you are. That is my core need of knowing, of feeling important in your life. Can we please do this? Here are some very simple tips which you can just follow to avoid FFF, fight, flight, freeze.
It's very, very important to not discuss sensitive issues when exhausted, hungry, in a rush, in front of children, in front of family, or when you're already emotionally charged.
Also, become aware when your partner is under any of these situations or circumstances. So, respect that. Have the space and learn to pause.
Unfortunately, how to communicate is not taught in our schools or colleges. Communication includes intention, tone, timing, emotional state, body language, meaning, and request.
It's very important to learn good communication skills because we've never been taught this. That first manage your emotion, for example, or become very conscious of your tone. Is it hurting the other person? Or what is the right timing? When should I raise this? And when should I not talk about this? And what is my real intention behind this? To prove myself that how right I always am? Or is there a need for connection? Setting your intention. And what is your body language? We are not able to see ourselves from outside, but that is so very important. I have often seen conflict happen because of this one big reason.
Before speaking, ask yourself, do I want to win or do I want to understand?
What is my intention here?
When even one person takes the responsibility and stops attacking, the old cycle begins to weaken.
So, even one person is enough to transform a relationship.
Better communication begins with a better inner state, and that is a responsibility of an individual and not something outside of us.
So, inner state management, emotional management becomes a very important aspect of having a beautiful relationship. And when you have a beautiful relationship, you have a beautiful life and a beautiful wife. See you in the next one. Take care. Bye bye.